We start with big developments out of Muskogee County in the search for a woman missing for nearly 9 years. We are so glad you're with us on this Friday night. I'm Sarah Whaley. Shay has the night off. We've told you about the family's efforts to find Peggy McGuire, who disappeared back in 2015. Now, FOX23 recently received a tip about the case from someone who believes they know where Peggy is buried. Because of that, investigators drained a pond in Oaktaha this morning. And a story you'll see only on FOX23. Crime and safety reporter John was there and spoke with the family who drove from McIntosh County.
I'm standing right next to the pond here, and as you look at the banks, you can see how much water they drained today. It is significantly lowered. What they've done for several hours is get that water out of here and get that into a creek. Since then, they brought in a backhoe and they pulled out some dirt from this area of the pond, and they've scooped it right here. This is where they were hoping to find some kind of remains. Nothing found today, and today they're putting a pause on that work. But when I was speaking with her mother, Betty, she said she's optimistic. This is the sound of progress.
All I want is some closure.
Friday, investigators went to a pond in the backyard of a home in Oaktaha to try and find Peggy McGuire. The sounds of the pump had the family hoping again.
My stomach went to churning, and I had a little hope. I go, but if she's in there, it's great.
Betty and Don Davis drove down from McIntosh County to see the dig in person themselves. They've been looking for their daughter Peggy for nearly 9 years, knowing what they're looking for are her remains.
And they say she ran off. We know Peggy didn't run off. She wouldn't leave her little boy or her family. It would just, it's an awful feeling.
A tip given to FOX23's Shay Rozzi is the biggest break in the case in years. It's why defense attorney Steve Money on the left and Muskogee County District Attorney Investigator Burt Poole on the right are standing here with the family watching.
I want to thank FOX23 and Muskogee County and the DA for everything you guys are doing. We really appreciate it.
The tip was that Peggy was here, wrapped in chicken wire and weighed down by cinder blocks. In February, divers searched the pond, leading to a pump being brought down this week to lower the water level so investigators could dig further.
I got involved because Shay Rozzi got some information, and she called me and to see if I knew anything about this older case, which I didn't, but I knew a guy that knew a guy, and so that's how Burt Poole got involved.
Poole says the goal Friday was simple.
The person that has been talking to us has also told us that there was cinder blocks down there. Sure enough, there's cinder blocks. All the things that he's been telling us sort of been adding up. And I told my boss that we needed to look and satisfy ourselves one way or the other.
As the water drained, investigators had to stop because the runoff was overflowing a nearby creek. After they stopped pumping, they dug in the area they thought Peggy may be, but didn't find anything. What do you think the possibility is that she's in this pond here today in Oaktaha?
Slim.
But the family does know this. Do you feel like there are people who are hiding things right now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel that.
For sure.
Who know right now definitively where she could be?
Yes. We know there's a few people that know where she's at.
Got to.
And I hope it eats at their heart.
Even though nothing came up Friday, the family is far from giving up.
Hopefully one of these days there'll be closure.
The last scoop that was put right here of dirt was about 2:15 this afternoon. I'm standing through some dirt they'd like to go through, including the pond as well, where they'd like to do more digging. Now, there is a possibility of rain next week, so the investigator from the DA's office says they'd like to get back out here early, but they've got to pay attention to the weather and what crews they can get back out here. Covering news that matters, John FOX23 News.
All right, John, Peggy McGuire's family is offering a $150,000 reward for anyone who provides information that leads to the discovery of her remains.